Friday morning. If you haven't noticed, it is allergy season. Lots of people dealing with worse allergies than usual, and that's not a coincidence. Many forecasters saying this season is in fact worse.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm always skeptical because I know Scott has been saying, "Oh, this season seems worse than you," and I go, people say that every single year.
I know.
It's like we always want to brag about how miserable we are. But we'll find out right now. We're going to be talking with Al Johnson from Johnson Medical Associates. He's an allergist. Good morning, Al.
Good morning.
Is this, in fact, an earlier start to the allergy season this year?
Well, it is. We've had good moisture, fairly warm weather, not much of a freeze. And so all those plants love that environment, and they start to grow, and then we get pollen in our environment, which is the spring allergies.
I know that Dave seemed to be suffering yesterday. I have a little scratchy throat today. Are those the kind of symptoms that your patients are coming in with?
Exactly. The scratchy throat, the nasal congestion, the itchy eyes and itchy nose and nasal congestion.
It seems that these days everybody says they have pollen allergies. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I remember when I was younger, I grew up in the Sacramento Valley in California, which is just we used to refer to it as the pollen capital of the world. I don't know if that was true or not, but my point was that I never had any problems at all until suddenly, when I was 29 years old, I started suffering every year and suffering badly. Is this something that can come on, out of the clear blue for people?
It sure can. And what happens is, as we age, our immune system changes and our exposures change. And with the increased exposure, we have the increased possibility of developing allergies. So allergies may be as we just described, or you can see an increase in asthma if you have allergic asthma.
I'm going to go home, probably take my Zyrtec. I guess that's what people should do is get back on their allergy meds?
Well, the allergy meds help with the symptoms. So, yes, if they're uncontrolled, then you need to see a physician. Antihistamines is the mainstay of controlling allergies. Physicians use steroids to help calm down the more severe cases. And then those people who are really miserable and have chronic type problems or recurrent severe seasonal allergies need to be on immunotherapy, which is allergy shots. Some doctors use drops now to help build up your tolerance to the allergies. One of the things that happens is we spend more time indoors, and sometimes the indoor environment is not that healthy for us, in that it gets damp and moldy and dusty, and then it flares up the allergens and our allergic factors.
Are people these days more likely to suffer from hay fever or pollen allergies than in the past?
It seems that way, but about 40% of the population has some type of allergies. And as the genetic pool becomes more or less diverse, then we pass that genetics on. And so people with high IgE, which is the genetic allergic factor, are more prone to allergies. We're exposed to different chemicals, which are irritants and can act like allergies. So paying attention to our environment, where we feel worse, really makes sense, because if you see that you are at work all day and come home and you start having more reactions, and you got to think maybe there's something wrong with my home, or vice versa.
Yeah.
If you go to work and you start sneezing and coughing at work, you have to look around and see, well, what is it? Is it a cleaning product? Is it something else that's an irritant that's flaring up my respiratory system and nasal passages?
All right, Al, thank you so much. We appreciate your time this morning, your expertise. Here's Al Johnson with Johnson Medical Associates.